Hello everyone. So welcome to the second unit of professional ethics, which is a foundation course for BCom degree courses, syllabus as per Madras University. So in the second unit, we are just going to see principles of personal ethics, principles of professional ethics. We are just going to get an insight on the evolution of ethics over the years. We are just going to see how important is honesty, integrity, and transparency. We will see the difference between values and ethics, root causes for unethical behavior of an individual, and finally the concept of ethical decision making. To start with, principles of personal ethics. We already saw the meaning of the word ethics. Ethics is nothing but it is a set of moral principle. It explains what is good and bad and what is right and wrong in human behavior. And one of the type of ethics is personal ethics. So personal ethics, it does, if you apply ethical framework to individual lifestyle, then it is personal ethic. The source of personal ethics is like family and cultural background. It is generally self-enforced. Okay, so there are some of the common principle of personal ethics that is listed over here. So these principles would help an individual in their decision making in personal setting. Okay, so honesty, integrity, respect, fairness, loyalty, compassion, selflessness, avoiding harm. All these ethical qualities are some of the common examples of principles of personal ethics. So honesty is like being truthful. Integrity, if you are like consistent in exhibiting good character, then that's integrity. Respect is treating everyone courteously. Fairness, treating everyone equally. Loyalty, being faithful. Compassion, showing concern for others. Selflessness, prioritizing the needs of the others. Avoiding harm is the wherein you avoid cause harm both emotionally and physically to others. All these are some of the common principles of personal ethics that is used by individual in their lifestyle in real life situations. Then what's principle of professional ethics? If principles helps individuals in their decision making in a specific profession, then it comes under principles of professional ethics. So we have various professions like doctor, engineer, lawyer, accountant, nurse, okay, a chef, etc. So for each and every profession there is a set of ethics to be expected to be followed, and some of the common principles of professional ethics are listed here: honesty, integrity, respect, fairness, loyalty, confidentiality, accountability, and compliance. You could see many of the principles of personal ethics and professional ethics are very similar, because all these ethical qualities play an important role both in the personal setting as well as in the professional context. So professional ethics are such ethical framework or ethical decision making or ethical qualities that you apply to a specific profession. So the sources of professional ethics are generally legal system, the professional code of conduct, and the social expectations. Example of professional ethics are medical ethics, legal ethics, accounting ethics, and so on. So we try to understand the principle of personal ethics and principle of professional ethics. Let's have a look onto the evaluation of ethics over years. Evaluation is like reviewing. Let's try to understand how ethics have evolved over years. Let's review it. So that's evaluation. So while reviewing ethics over years, we could actually segment ethics in three different stages: early stage, middle age stage, and modern age. In early stages, you could see philosophical framework given by Greek philosophers like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. It provided a significant contribution. So Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, these Greek philosophers, they gave an idea of how a virtuous life should be led by an individual. So this framework plays an important role in the early stage, and that's a significant contribution. And in early stage, we have various civilization, and wherein Indian ethics and Chinese ethics play a significant role in shaping the ethics in the early stage. the law of Dharma in Indian ethics, and the social harmony that is emphasized in the Chinese ethics played an important contribution. The second stage is the medieval period, wherein various theorists, ethical theorists, they emerged and gave an ethical framework wherein systematic process could be followed in making ethical decision making. So examples are utilitarian theory, deontology theory of ethics. They play an important role in giving an in-depth understanding on the ethical framework, and it guided ethical decision making among individuals. And in the medieval period, social movements, there were various social movements like women rights movement, labor movement, environment movement. All these movements changed the dimension of ethics itself. The women rights movement, it talked about, or it emphasized on avoiding discrimination based on gender. The labor movement, it emphasized on better lifestyle of laborers and equal treatment of laborers, and avoiding exploitation of laborers. And environment movement, it emphasized on eliminating the pollution and protecting the environment. So these gave a different dimension to ethics in the medieval period. And now in modern period, we have the emergence of applied ethics, wherein in real life situations, each and every profession, they have a specified code of conduct and specified ethics to be followed in their profession. So that is the emergence of applied ethics. And the technological advancement has given rise to ethics in AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, ML, and automation, robotics, etc. So this is how ethics have evolved over years, and this is the review of ethics over years. So moving on to the next concept, the importance of honesty, integrity, and transparency. Honesty is like being sincere and truthful. Integrity is like being consistent and reliable and trustworthy. And transparency is like open communication. All these three principles of ethics play an important role both in personal setup as well as in professional setup. And what are the benefits of exhibiting honesty, integrity, and transparency both in personal and professional setup is that it helps individual to foster trust among the colleagues and social group. It helps in building relationships, and it also helps in creating an ethical culture. So this is the importance of honesty, integrity, and transparency. Now let's see the difference between values and ethics. Like we saw the difference between morality and ethics, it's like very similar. Values are associated with personal aspect, while ethics are aligned with professional setup. Both talks about what is good and bad and what is right and wrong, because understanding what is right and wrong help individual to pick the right path. So values and ethics both tells you what's right and wrong and guides an individual to take the right path. But values are more personal in nature, but ethics are more professional in nature. When it is very personal in nature, it varies from person to person, but ethics, it would be relatively consistent. The types of values are moral value, social value, religious value, while the types of ethics are applied ethics, descriptive ethics, business ethics, etc. And the sources of values are generally personal experiences of an individual. Professional norms are the sources of ethics here. So moving on to the next concept, roots of unethical behavior. For an individual, for not exhibiting ethical quality, what could be the root cause? There are three different categories. The first factor is the individual factor, the second one is professional factor, and the third one is the societal factor. So poor personal ethics due to poor upbringing or the parental influence, the bad influence of the parental upbringing could be an important factor that could be the root cause of an unethical behavior of an individual. The next one is, many a times what happens is like ethical behavior clashes with the personal interest of an individual. This clash might lead to unethical behavior. And lack of self-control is wherein many individuals out of own interest, they get into impulse behavior, so which might lead to unethical behavior. Okay, And the professional factors, work culture play an important role. A moral work culture could actually improve ethical behavior, while immoral climate could affect ethical behavior. Leaders make an important role models for fostering ethical climate in the organization. And if there is a poor leadership, if they are bad example, not following ethical behavior, then even employees might just follow the leaders, being the root cause for unethical behavior within an organization. And the clear guidelines play an important role. The next one is the societal factors. So social group rejection and social group might be a root cause for unethical behavior. Corrupted political system or economic inequalities might be a root cause for unethical behavior. And if in a society materialistic things are prioritized over morality, then such society might be a root cause for unethical behavior. So moving on to the concept ethical decision making. So ethical decision making is a systematic process, a step-by-step process wherein an individual take the ethical path, okay, in a real life situation. So what are the various steps? The first one is to identify the ethical issue. Second one, gather information. Third one, evaluate alternatives. The next step is to make the decision, implement the decision, and review the decision. So ethical decision making is a process wherein the first one, you will have to identify a situation which needs the decision making. Then you will have to collect the relevant information, the facts regarding the situation. Then there would be potential various options available. So you will have to scrutinize each and every option for the pros and cons. And finally, you will have to choose a better option that promotes fairness, integrity, and other ethical principle. Then you will implement the decision. And after taking the decision, it is very important to know the outcome of the decision, so that the future decisions could be made in a more ethical way. Say for example, let's try to understand the ethical decision making with an example. Say for example, in an organizational setup, an employee has committed an unintentional mistake in the project. So now he has to make a ethical decision making, okay? So whether he had to be honest or dishonest, okay? So he will, before he does that, he will have to gather relevant information. Okay, what is the nature of the mistake, what is the consequence of the mistake, okay? And then once information is gathered and once the seriousness about the mistake has been understood, you will have to evaluate the alternatives. So there could be only two options: either admit the mistake or to cover up the mistake. So based on the principle of honesty, the employee will make the decision to admit the mistake to the management. And once he make a decision, he will have to just communicate it to the higher official. And he will have to just face the consequences. And the review is like, he has just followed the principle of honesty and he has just admitted the mistake, okay, for this particular situation. So he will have to just see what is the outcome of the decision taken, what was the consequences, and how well he could have communicated in a polite manner. And all these experience would help him in making ethical decision making in the future. So this is how it is. So ethical decision making is an ongoing process, and ethical decision making based on the principles of personal ethics and professional ethics has to be done very effectively for creating a cultural and ethical culture, okay, wherein it promotes social harmony. So unit 2, we have seen the principles of personal ethics, principles of professional ethics. We have seen the importance of honesty, integrity, and transparency. We have seen the root causes for unethical behavior under 3 factors: individual, organizational, and societal factors. And we just saw there were ethical decision making made in 6 step-by-step process with a relevant example. Hope you have understood. Thank you. Happy learning.